What's up there, guys? So it's time for a little update video regarding the Ford X68000s that I got in. I am done for the moment with messing around with them, and the results are in, at least the preliminary results. Okay, so starting from this end with the OG X68000. What I found out about this is that it was in fact the crystal, one of the crystals that had gone out on this one. What I did was I took a crystal from another machine, the one that I suspected the most to be responsible for it not starting up or not displaying any video at all. It was the 69 megahertz, or was it 59? I don't know. One of the crystals, the crystal oscillators, the one that is right next to the battery. So I kind of suspected that it would be that one because the battery had leaked, and I thought maybe that had taken out the crystal, and that was in fact, the case. When I took the crystal out and I turned it around and looked at the underside, I could see it was completely caked in like the leakage from the battery. So that crystal is gone. I took a crystal from another machine, I put it in here, and it just fired up. So this one, if I can find another crystal for it, it will work, kind of. The thing is, the shutdown sequence on this thing is not functioning. For some reason, it can power on, but it can't power off. And also, whenever the discs read, the video kind of flickers. I'm not sure what is causing that. I kind of suspect maybe the other capacitors on the main board and maybe on the floppy drive need to be replaced, and then it will be 100%. Who knows? Next we have the ACE, the regular ACE, which is the one I wanted to keep for myself. The problem with that one is the power supply. The power supply does not work. If I get a power supply from another machine, if I borrow from one of these two here, because the power supplies on these work, and I put it in this one, then it fires up, and things function with the exception of the one of the floppy drives, the 0 here. That one does not seem to read any disks at all. Number 1 works fine, but not 0 for some reason. I don't know whether I fucked it up while I was replacing one of the capacitors on the floppy drive, or it just was, there's something wrong with it. I don't know. So there's what's wrong with that. Next we have this one, Ace HD. This one, out of all of these, is the only machine that is pretty much functioning as of this moment. And the reason for that is because I took the motherboard from this one and I put it in this one, then it worked. Because the motherboard that was in this one was not functioning. What was wrong with this one is actually the bottom board. So now that I've swapped the motherboards on these ones, I have a machine here where the motherboard doesn't work and the bottom board doesn't work. So this one is in the worst shape as of now, because I'm not sure why the motherboard is not working, and I'm also not sure why the bottom board is not working. In both cases, it could be a crystal. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to experiment to figure that out. So yeah, bit of a bind here. I guess if I took parts from this one and sacrificed it, I could have 3 fully functioning systems here. I could take the power supply from this, put it in this one, then it would function. I could take the floppy drive, one of them has to work, I haven't really tested, and put it in this one, then this one would be functioning perfectly. And what the hell was wrong with this one? Oh yeah, nothing, yeah. So this is already functioning. So I could do that, but that would be a shame. I don't want to take an entire machine and turn it into a parts thing. In that case, I mean, if I can't figure out what's wrong with this, I'd rather just sell it off to someone who has the time and energy. and let them deal with it rather than take parts from it. But those crystals, these 69 megahertz crystals, and whatever this might need, because I don't know, I don't even know which crystals are not working on this one. Those are not easy to come by. I've been looking online, and you know what? My luck, just a few weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, I think, on Yahoo Auctions, there were actually some X68000 crystals, crystal oscillators that someone has salvaged from a machine for sale. And I saw those, and at that time I was thinking maybe it's the crystal that is causing one of these not to start up. But I was just too lazy to actually check, and now that auction is gone. And that is I think I've never seen that before, a crystal being sold. So God knows how long it will take before another one shows up. So that was kind of stupid on my part. I should have jumped on that auction. It wasn't even that expensive. It would have been a good investment. Maybe with those, I mean, it wasn't just one. I think it was 3 different crystals. Maybe with those 3, I could have revived all of these machines. So who knows? Yeah, I'm not looking forward to like diagnosing the floppy drive on this one. That's gonna be a pain in the ass. But the way I would want to do that is to hook up some sort of an external drive, hard disk or MO drive or something to this, so I can get some software onto this, and then use the software to diagnose the disk. Because long time ago I wrote a kind of a disk scanning program for the X68000. That's gonna come in handy now. So I can just run that on the floppy drive and see whether it reads anything at all, or whether it's the head is misaligned or anything like that. So yeah, and as for the crystals, I'm just gonna have to swap them around. And one thing, that 69 megahertz crystal, I could not clear the solder through hole on the motherboard for the life of me. I fought with that thing for almost an hour with my soldering iron on the highest degree that it could possibly go. I could not melt this solder all the way through, so I could clear the hole and put something else on top of it. When I had to solder the crystal back in, I just put it on top and just applied solder. So it's not even, I cannot put it back in. Be warned about that. I don't know what it is about those holes exactly. I think maybe they were placed on a very large ground plane that just like distributes the heat so that it doesn't melt all the way through, and the motherboard is very thick. So yeah, that's a pain in the ass. Originally I was thinking I'm just gonna take one of the motherboards that I know is good, and then socketize all the crystals so I can swap them around for the other ones. But now that I found out how difficult it is to put to clear the hole so I can actually put a socket in there, I've changed my mind. I'm not gonna do that anymore. I think I'm just gonna wait for another batch of crystals to show up, and then just buy them all and then replace them all on the defective one, so I don't have to mess with the working machines. Yeah. So I'm gonna make an update video once I've figured out more about these machines. See you around, guys.